menotté et embarqué par la police danoise. Le militant écologiste Paul Watson venait d'accoster au Groënland pour se ravitailler en carburant lorsqu'il a été interpellé. L'arrestation de Paul Watson intervient alors qu'il se rendait avec son équipage dans le Pacifique Nord, un secteur où le Japon pratique la chasse à la baleine à bord du plus grand baleinier au monde. Depuis plus de 50 ans, l'activiste est connu pour ses actions chocs en faveur de la protection des animaux marins.
Aujourd'hui, si Paul Watson est traqué comme il l'est, je le rappelle que c'est parce qu'il a sauvé plus de 5000 baleines et leurs descendants dans le sanctuaire baleinier antarctique, qui est un sanctuaire international, où le Japon violait le moratoire sur le commerce de viande de baleine en toute impunité. Donc c'est surréaliste qu'aujourd'hui ce soit Paul Watson qui soit poursuivi, alors que en fait, c'est le Japon qui ne respecte pas les lois.
Le militant a été placé en détention jusqu'au 15 août. D'ici là, la justice danoise décidera de l'extrader, ou non, vers le Japon.
Soon there will be a presidential election in the US. For you, who could be the best candidate to defend green issues?
There isn't one. There isn't one. That's like trying to choose between, cholera and smallpox, really. There is no best candidate.
Who could be the worst?
The worst? Oh, well, you got a choice between an idiot, Donald Trump, or a psychopath like Hillary Clinton. I mean, that's basically your choice. The problem is that the United States is not a democracy, it's an oligarchy, and they already choose the president before anybody gets to vote. I personally was backing Bernie Sanders, and I believe that he would have won if they didn't rig the election against him. And also the media refused to cover them because the media is controlled by the same people who control the corporations who decide who's going to be president. And so you're not going to really get any democratic representation in a country where the corporations have the final say. And that's pretty much true of everything. For instance, Justin Trudeau came to Paris 1 month after being elected as Prime Minister
Justin
of Canada.
Trudeau from Canada?
Yeah. 1 month after being elected as Prime Minister of Canada, he came to Paris. And he was all gung-ho. He's going to really do something about climate change. I mean, he's very idealistic, and he brought in about 150 people with him, and they all sat down, and they were very, very serious, and then he went home. But he had only been Prime Minister for a month. So when he went home, the people who really control things must have sat him down and talked to him, because now he's supporting the pipeline, he's supporting the tar sands project, he's saying that the fires that they had in Alberta are not connected with climate change. So he's becoming like everybody else. It's basically because they're just puppets who are told what to do. We don't have any world leaders. We basically have puppets controlled by the corporations who actually control everything. The mining companies, the logging companies, the big fishing companies, the nuclear power countries, they're the ones that control everything. And this so-called voting is just a charade. That's why we never get anybody who actually does anything.
There is a report, a petition on the internet against you because you have Brigitte Bardot as a Facebook friend. What do you answer to them?
I don't have any politics. I'm neither right nor left. I actually find it quite funny that the right accuses me of being a leftist. The left accuses me of being right-wing. I don't have politics. I believe that the protection of our ocean is what everyone has in common, regardless of your religion, regardless of your politics, regardless of who or where you are. We all have that common interest that we have to protect our ocean. So I'm not really concerned about these anthropocentric concepts, which is what politics and religion are all about. They're anthropocentric concepts. What we've done over the last few thousand years is set up this system where we have declared ourselves to be the supreme beings, almost like gods in our own minds, and that nothing else matters. We're in charge of everything. We're more important than everything. I don't believe that. We're not more important than anything. In fact, worms and trees and bees are more important than we are, because they can live without us. We can't live without them. That makes them more important than we are. So I don't get involved with politics. All I do know with Brigitte Bardot is that for 3 years, we were trying to make the world pay attention to the slaughter of seals in eastern Canada. Nobody paid attention. And that's when I learned a lesson. If you want to get people's attention, you have to play by the rules that the media sets. And the media only understands 4 things: sex, scandal, violence, and celebrity. So if you want a story, you have to incorporate those elements into the story. So
Is this why some people say you are sexist?
Well, personally, I don't really care what they think. I'm not here to cater to them. My clients are whales and turtles and seals and sharks and birds, and I couldn't give a shit about what people think about me. I'm not here representing them.
Do you trust people?
No, I don't, not at all. But the thing is that when
Tell me why.
Well, first of all, let me just finish what I was saying about Bridget.
Sorry about that.
By bringing her out to the ice, we guaranteed coverage around the world. Her picture appeared on every magazine, and we accomplished more with her one visit to the ice than we had accomplished in 3 years of doing our activism. So that's when I realized that we have to incorporate celebrities because they are media.
It's a kind of hacking. It's a kind of hack. You know what's a hacker?
A hacker?
Yeah.
I guess you could say it's kind
of a kind of media hack.
Kind of like media hacking, I suppose. You know, 6 months ago, I wrote a speech to be delivered to the Russian government. They're not going to listen to me. But what I wanted to do was to get them to stop whale meat transportations through the Arctic, through their waters. So I wrote the speech. I had Pamela Anderson go to Russia and deliver the speech. They not only listened to it, they gave her a standing ovation, and they acted on what we asked them to do. Why? Because Pamela Anderson is a form of media. And so we use celebrities, and they allow themselves to be used as a form of media. So that's why we deal with them. And I'm really not interested in what the politics of those celebrities are. I'm interested in the fact that they are, just like a television station or a newspaper, a means of delivering a message.
What is your opinion about Putin?
He's just like another world leader. I don't have any...
Is he a puppet?
They're all puppets of others. You know, Putin's probably less of a puppet based on, you know, the fact that he's a dictator in of himself. But who knows who's pulling the strings there? I don't know. I do know that no real change comes through politics, whatever that system of government is. They are all indebted to the economic status quo. They're all into short-term investment for short-term gain. I can't think of a single political leader in the world who looks forward 100 years from now and says, what's this world going to be like because of what we're doing right now? I don't know a single one of them that's doing that.
What is your opinion about the no growing?
Well, you know, no species has ever survived on this planet outside of the 3 basic laws of ecology. The first is the law of diversity. The strength of an ecosystem is with diversity within it. The second is the law of interdependence. The species within that ecosystem are dependent upon each other. And the third is the law of finite resources. There's a limit to growth, a limit to carrying capacity. What we humans are doing right now is stealing the carrying capacity of other species. They have to disappear to make room for more and more of us. But what that does is diminish interdependence and diversity, which can lead to a collapse of the entire system.
And if it's happened, if we're going to live a collapse, what's going on? What will happen?
What will happen in a collapse?
Yeah.
Civilization will cease to exist. We may go extinct. It's quite simple because we cannot survive without oxygen, we cannot survive without food, and we cannot survive without runaway climate change. So we don't survive. That's really what the final consequences are. The only way we're going to survive is to learn to live in harmony with all the other citizen species on this planet. We have to appreciate and understand the role that they play, the role that whales play, the role that fish play, the role that birds play. They all contribute to this life support system. We can't continue to act like we're the only species that matter.